A computer, while calculating correlation coefficient between two variables x and y from 25 pairs of observations, obtained following results. That means they have already found out coefficient of correlation. Okay, they already found out. That means they have done already the calculation part. For how many number of observations? They have taken 25 pairs of observations. Pair means what? The combination of x and y. Okay, 25 pairs. So number of observations will become how many here? 25 only, because they have taken x variables 25 variables and y also 25 observations they have taken. So once doing their calculation, they have got some answers. What are those answers? Summation x is equal to 125. That means they have added the column of x. They got total as 125. Y, summation y is equal to 100. Summation x square is equal to 650. That means they have squared each and every variable and then they have added that. That is called as 650. Summation y square is equal to 460. Last one is summation xy. That means they have multiplied x column into y column, and when they added that particular column, they got the total as 508. So these are the values what they have already got it. Now, what is the situation here? It was, however, discovered at the time of checking two pairs of observations not correctly copied. That means they have already done the calculation up to this tabular form, but after calculating that, they found that two pairs of observations. Two pairs means what? X comma y is one pair and the another x comma y. Let us take x1 y1, x2 y2. They found out two pairs was mistakes, mistyped. They were taken as 6 comma 14 and 8 comma 6. That means in this calculation they have taken x1 y1 as 6 comma 14 and x2 y2 as 8 comma 6. But while the correct answers were, correct observations were 8 comma 12 and 6 comma 8. Prove that the correct value of correlation coefficient should be 2 by 3. That means what are they asking us to do? They are asking us to replace these mistyped values with the actual values. Okay, so we have to remove the older values and we need to replace with our new values. And by getting the new answers, once I substitute in our correlation coefficient formula, we have to get the coefficient of correlation answer is 2 by 3. Okay, so let us have the tabular form. Already I have written in the tabular form here. See the old values which were taken as 6 comma 14 and 8 comma 6. Now the new values are 8 comma 12 and 6 comma 8. So what should I do? I have to remove older values and I have to replace them with our new values. By doing that, there will be some changes in all these values. There will be changes in these values. From those new values, if I find out correlation coefficient, my answer should be equal to 2 by 3. If that is equal to 2 by 3, we are done with the solution. So for that, what did they give us? What is the information did they give us? They have given that, see, actually how many number of pairs of observations they have taken? They have taken 25 pairs of observations. Out of 25 pairs of observations, now I have to remove two pairs of observations. This is first pair and this is second pair. So I am trying to subtract two variables over here and two pairs over here, and at the same time again I am going to add two new variables here. That means two pairs of observations over here. Okay, so what does it become? So number of pairs of observations will be again 25 only. Why? Because 25 minus 2 plus 2 gets cancelled and number of pairs of observations becomes 25. Okay, now next, in summation x means what? Addition of x column, right? From that I have to remove these older values. That means minus 6 and minus 8. After that I have to add new values. So these are what? 8 and 6. So simply add 8 and 6. So then what do we get? Minus 6 plus 6 gets cancelled, minus 8 and plus 8 gets cancelled. So finally we get the answer as 125 again. in the second column, that means in the y column also, I have to subtract my older values, that is 14 and 6, and adding new values, that is 12 and 8. See, 14 and 6 becomes 20, 12 plus 8 becomes 20, minus 20 plus 20 gets cancelled, so again summation y value remains same. Now let us move on to the summation x square. Summation x square means what? Squaring of the observations and then adding them. So now I have to square each and every value. So what is the first x variables we need to subtract? 6 and 8. So what do we do? It is 6 square minus 8 square, plus I have to add the new variables. What are those? 8 square plus 6 square. Again minus 6 square plus 6 square minus 8 square plus 8 square gets cancelled. So summation x square values remains common. Now next I have to subtract my older values of y values. So I'll take minus 14 square, okay, minus 14 square and minus 6 square plus adding 12 square and 8 square. That means removing the older values and adding the new values will get the answer as 436. Instead of giving time for the calculation or waiting for your answers, it might be delayed. So next, summation x into y. Summation x into y means what? I need to multiply these values over here. So what do I do? That means 6 into 14 minus 8 into 6, subtracting the older values and at the same time adding new values. What is that? 8 into 12, sorry, this is plus 8 into 12 plus 6 into 8. See here again 8 into 6, 6 into 8 gets cancelled. So the remaining values 14 6 are and 12 8 are. By moving some changes over there, we get the answer as 520. We get the answer as 520. So what is our formula to be? Yes, please.
Once explain n value, sir.
N value. Okay. See, here in this column, x values are nothing but number of n value is nothing but number of observations which are there in one particular column. In one particular column, they said that there are 25 observations are there. Likewise, like this in column, there are 2 observations. They have 25 observations. Now, what I'm doing, I'm removing 6 x variables. Yes or no? I'm removing 2 variables from that. So from 25, how many I'm removing? 2 variables. So it becomes 23. But again, I'm replacing those with the new values. That means again, I'm adding 2 variables over there. So plus 2. So then it becomes 25. Okay. How many observations I am removing? 2. How many observations I'm adding? 2. So it becomes the same number. That means there is no change in number of observations here because we are already replacing them, but we are not deleting them. If we are deleting them, simply it becomes 25 minus 2 is equal to 23. Or suppose for 25 number of observations, if we are adding some more observations, then simply we get plus some number of observations. So after getting this, we will simply substitute all these values onto the formula, that is a numerator value. Numerator, what is the formula? We have n summation xy. Here n is what? 25 into summation xy. What is summation xy in our formula? 520. 520 minus, what is the second expression? We have summation x into summation y. Summation x is 125 into summation y is 100. This is our complete numerator. Let me separate it as denominator and numerator. So this is the numerator case. It is already finished. Now divided by now square root of, we have square root of, now square root of what? Complete expression. Now the first expression in that is n summation x square minus summation x whole square. Now let us take the first expression as, within the brackets, n into x square. N is 25 into summation x square is 650 minus summation x whole square. Summation x is 125 whole square. So this is our first expression into, again, second expression. Now n summation y square. N is again 25 into summation y square is 436 minus summation y whole square. Here summation y is 100. It is whole square of it. So by doing this calculation, we get the answer as 0.667. 0.667. 0.67 is nothing but 2 divided by 3. So once you do that, 2 divided by 3 means we get the same answer, 0.6. See, point, if you are adding point, you get on the numerator as 20. So 3 6 are 18. So 0.667, and the fraction is equal to our 2 by 3 value. That means whatever the value they are asking us to do, we got the same answer. Simply we have to identify what is the information is given, by that what they are asking us to find out. So already if these values are taken in these type of notations, instead of x minus x bar, y minus y bar, y minus y bar whole square, summation x minus x bar into y minus y bar, if they have taken that particular formula, that means if we were given those values, then we use this formula to be substituted. Otherwise, if only summation x, y, x square, y square are given, we use second category of this form, second formula of our Karl Pearson's coefficient of correlation. So by doing all the changes over here and simply substituting in the formula, we got the answer as as expected in the question. They were asking us to find it out as 2 by 3. Of course, we got the answer as 2 by 3.